Hey, hey, hey! It's the Pacific Northwest Geek here. Echo Zero here. Cha cha cha. And I'm here with another review. This time I am looking at the 1978 Jaws clone, Piranha. This movie, got my notesies here. This movie was directed by the legendary Joe Dante. I've seen so many of his films, I forgot which of which. And executive produced by the even more legendary Roger Corman. And stars Heather Menzies, Brad Dillman, Dick Miller, and Barbara Steele. Oh, Barbara. Now, in 1974, this movie came out. It's considered the first summer blockbuster and set off a trend of what are called clones or rip-offs, essentially taking the same idea. Of them, this might be my favorite. It tells a story that two teenagers break into some places, got a pull, thinking nothing of it, do a little skinny dipping, have a little fun, maybe eventually a little bow, chicken, wow, wow. Only to discover that there is something in the water when they are killed by an unseen entity, or not entity, but basically the piranhas, which are unseen. Sorry, I got a nose itchy. Maggie, played by Heather Menzies, is a skip tracer. She's supposed to go out and look for these two missing teenagers, and hires Paul Krogan, played by Brad Dillman, to look for these two missing teenagers. They find where they were, and when they go to drain the pool, they are attacked by a mysterious man played by Kevin McCarthy. And I believe that's his name. Let me make sure. Yes, Kevin McCarthy. Anyways, he basically tells them there was something in the water, some piranhas, and that when they drained it, they unleashed the piranhas out in the water, into this river or whatever. But again, they also find the skeletal remains of the two teenagers. Now they take this scientist on the journey of the river, where they find a friend of Krogan's who's been killed by the piranha. They also find out from this scientist that the military, the U.S. government, was experimenting and trying to make alter these piranhas so they can survive in any water, unleash them on the Vietnamese, and they can take the enemy out. But when the war ended, the project ended, and this guy has been caring for the piranhas. By the way, the name of this experiment, this operation, was Operation Razortooth. And now they basically got to find a way to stop these piranhas. They come across a boy whose father who's been killed by the piranhas, and when the scientist goes to save the boy, though he succeeds in saving the boy, he does so at the cost of his own life. They call in the military and tell them what happens. They're taken in by the military, and they are locked up because they don't want anybody to know what's going on. Among the military is a scientist, Dr. Mingus, played by Barbara Steele. Oh yeah, she happens to have been one of the scientists who worked on Operation Razortooth. And they don't want anybody to know about them. They want to poison the water to kill the piranhas, ignoring the warnings that it won't happen. That these piranhas, they've basically evolved to the point where it's not exactly going to be that easy just to kill them. When that fails, the two escape and make it to this towards this resort where there's a big event going on. All the people are there, and they are under attack by the piranha. My shirt started messing up. the movie ends with them basically able to unleash something into the water and stop the piranhas or something. Good movie. It's next to Orca. This might be my favorite of the Jaws clones, ripoffs, or whatever you want to call them. Hell, even this art. Let me put my phone here. Kind of looks familiar. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? They're a bit close, but not too close in terms of, the design for the covers, the poster art. It would be followed up with a sequel in 1982 called The Spawning, which I believe we were teased of them doing something with the piranhas at the end of this movie. And would be remade for the first of two times in 1995 in a movie that starred Punky Brewster, who I believe ends up as Piranha Food 2. After then, it would be about 15 years, is it? Yeah, about 15 years later in 2010, we got Piranha 3D. Particularly of the three films, Piranha movies, let's go ahead and include Piranha 2, The Spawning. This is probably the most graphically violent. I mean, shows a woman in the remake, she gets like, her hair gets stuck in the rudder, whatever, propeller of a boat, and pulls her hair and the skin right off. It's a particularly bloody movie. It would be followed up with a sequel of its own, Piranha 3DD, which I really did not like. The poster is basically is a close-up of a woman's chest who's supposed to have double D's. Well, they gotta get people to watch it somehow, and I guess they decided that boobises would sell. I would go ahead and suggest seeing this movie. I'll find the trailer. It might be on Tubi. If it is, I'll put that in. That's the trailer. I'll put it in the description. It's a cool movie. Again, it's Joe Dante and Roger Corman, who's 96 years old. 96 years old, still kicking. Holy shit. It don't, like Jaws, it doesn't show you the piranhas right away. I mean, the first attack, much like with Jaws, you don't see them. It's just the people in the water being attacked with something under the water that you don't see. Which, by not seeing the monster right away, holding off on the monster's appearance, completely helps. Plus, it makes a sound. I can't remember that when they attack. It's a really fun movie to watch. Go ahead also, if you can find it, check out the 1995 remake. That's pretty good. Anyways, I gotta go work on some other stuff. Pick what my next review will be for the week. But till then, watch this. Hey, it's the Pacific Northwest Geek.
Word tuber of the month. Grab that fireball, let's get crunk. Come on, hop in, let's ride. Go over to the echo side. If you miss out, that's okay. He'll catch you on the flip side.
I'm Nakazero, and I will see you on the flip side.